So here we go again. Now that The Little Mermaid is getting closer and closer to release and they're releasing all their new trailers, the calls for racism are becoming more and more apparent. And now you have another example. So this one has to do with Josh Gad, who apparently calls out racists who are mass disliking The Little Mermaid trailer on YouTube. The Frozen and the Beauty and the Beast star slammed the pathetic racist troll. Now here's the thing. You really want me to believe that of the millions and millions and millions of people that dislike the Little Mermaid trailer, all of them are racist? Every single one of them? Every single one? Every person, Josh Gad, who disliked that video is a racist. You are unbelievably simple-minded. You are like, I don't even know how to explain. Like, I think the Pokemon Ditto has more brains than you do. There is no way that you can be that simple-minded to think that of all the people who dislike that video, they are all racist trolls. You are pathetic. You are trying to shill for the fake diversity, equity, and inclusion that this Hollywood nonsense is trying to push, and you are the prime example of what's wrong with today's modern day entertainment. But let's give you let's talk about what he actually has to say. This one's written by Samantha Bergeson, who, I mean, you guys can pretty much see what she looked like there. Not really surprised. So it says, Josh Gad doesn't want to be part of a world that allows racism. Well, guess what, dude? The entire world has been racist since the dawn of time, broski. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that racism is going to exist in this world whether you like it or not. The world is not perfect, and that's what's wrong with you liberal motherfuckers, because you think that the world is supposed to be completely perfect. You make policies and you make ideologies based off of a perfect world that doesn't exist, and that's your problem. The world will never be your friend, unfortunately, and it will always have racism, whether you like it or not. Does it suck? Absolutely. The world will also have murder nonstop too. Does that suck? Absolutely. But the world's not perfect. That's why we have good guys and that's why we have bad guys. And I know you're trying to make it seem as if everybody's a bad guy for simply disliking what they're doing to the live action remake of The Little Mermaid. But here we go. He says something completely insane here. He says Gad took to Twitter to slam the pathetic trolls who disliked the new live-action Little Mermaid trailer starring Halle Bailey as Ariel, of which he says, imagine being so broken and pathetic in life that your chief concern is the skin color of a make-believe singing mermaid. Gad captioned a retweet of Democratic organization call to activism post. Okay. All right, Mr. Josh Gad. I got something for you, brother. Josh Gad. So you're trying to say, Josh, that we are broken and pathetic in life, that because our chief concern is the skin color of a make-believe singing mermaid. Interesting. So what does that make you, Mr. Josh Gad, when your chief concern is having to see yourself in a fake make-believe singing mermaid? Or your chief concern, Josh Gad, is to showcase diversity, equity, and inclusion in a story about a fake make-believe singing mermaid. It was so unbelievably necessary to have to see yourselves in a fake singing mermaid, but then you want to turn the story around and say, oh, you're the crazy one, because now you can't see yourselves in the fake singing mermaid. So you're crazy for taking it too seriously, but we're not crazy. We're morally righteous for taking it seriously because we believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we need to see ourselves in a fake mermaid. Bro, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. These people are so fucking stupid that they can't see the irony in what they're saying. It's important for them, but it can't be important for us, right? And the crazy thing is, most of the people complaining about it have nothing to do with the skin color. The movie is just literally trash. Obviously, the race swapping is very lazy and it has its own agenda, and you can have a separate discussion about that. But when you take the race swapping out of it, the fucking movie looks terrible. Her hair looks terrible. The CGI in certain aspects look terrible. What the fuck did they do to Sebastian? You know, it's crazy things like that that make me really upset when someone like Josh Gad tries to be such a simple-minded prick that he wants to come out and make it all about racism, because that's the easy thing to do. This word racism has lost all meaning because of somebody like Josh Gad. And the most hilarious thing about all of this is that this right here is Josh Gad. This is Josh Gad. This is the guy telling everybody else that they're racist for not liking the Little Mermaid, live action remake. This is the guy. White as fuck. This is the guy. It's absolutely incredible to me, man. It really, really is. The hypocrisy is just it's seething through their skin. It says The Little Mermaid has been mass disliked on YouTube, with the teaser receiving 3 million downvotes and the new trailer currently at more than 600,000 dislikes. Disney debuted the trailer as part of the 95th Academy Awards March 12th in a segment that cost the studio $10 million. The segment was widely criticized, as many felt that the addition of a paid promotion cheapened the Oscars and needlessly extended the show that was already running long. Rob Marshall directs The Little Mermaid, with Melissa McCarthy, Javier Bardem, Jonah Arthur King, Daveed Diggs, Aquafina, Jacob blah 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 ensemble cast. Marshall previously admitted that he wasn't anticipating the public social media response to seeing Bailey as Ariel. Yeah, sure you didn't see that coming. I felt like we've moved so far past that kind of thing. Well, we haven't. Tough shit. Marshall said of the colorblind casting process. It's not though, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. When they say colorblind casting, that is the most cringe fucking saying of all time. Like, colorblind will basically mean you don't see any color, but you're specifically hiring people of color for all the main roles because you're trying to, air quotes, correct history, as they say. You're trying to correct history. Fuck you. You're full of shit. You're not correcting anything. You're overcorrecting. You're pandering to a minority community because you feel like if you do so, you will always have their vote. You will always have their dollar. And you know what the sad thing is? You do. That's the sad thing. That's really, really the sad thing. That you do actually have the majority of their vote and the majority of their money, because they are the one race that votes specifically nearly almost 100% one way. So much so that if you don't vote Democrat as a black person, you're called an Uncle Tom, you're called a coon, you're called all these things if you don't vote that one way. So it is so ingrained in that particular community that now I can understand and see why people like Disney constantly pander to that specific community, because they want their money, they want their vote, because obviously they have investors that are in political parties that have to do with Democrats, so they want that vote and they want that money. So yeah, they're going to get the pandering. They're going to pander nonstop, 24/7. I get that. I understand that. It says, but then you realize in a way we haven't, it was very moving to me to see how important this kind of casting is for the world. Yeah, sure it is. It's so important that it's destroying all your IPs. Yeah, good luck with that. That's why Willow got canceled, right? It was so important for Willow and the super diverse cast in Willow, and guess what? It was so important it got canceled after season 1. Why is that? Why is that? If it was so important, why did it get canceled? Interesting. Marshall added that there was no agenda to casting Bailey as Ariel. Yup, sure. Other than the fact that she had a stellar singing voice and a great deal of fire and joy as a performer. We were just looking for the best actor for the role, period. We saw everybody in every ethnicity. Sure you did. Sure you did. That's why they're always black, right? Like, it just happens to always be a black person in the main role. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I don't care, bro. I really don't care. You want to put a black person there, by all means. You want to put a white person, go for it. I don't give a fuck. I'm neither, so I don't care. But I just think it's hilarious to me how you were trying to make it seem as if this is the best actor for the role, that you checked out everybody in every ethnicity, and that for some reason, every time you do the casting, it always ends up being black. It's hilarious to me that you want people to believe that bullshit. It says Bailey already received racist backlash when the clip of her singing Part of Your World received 1.5 million dislikes on YouTube before the rating feature was disabled. Haha, chickens. When Bailey was cast as Ariel in 2019, a racist Not My Ariel Twitter campaign ensued. Late night host and comedian Trevor Noah spoke out to the controversy in September 22, which he said, really, people were doing this again, Noah said. Once again, a bunch of internet racists are upset that a fictional character is being played by a black person. This is so ridiculous. Again, why does the skin color matter, right? You're trying to tell us that the skin color doesn't matter, but then you're trying to tell us at the same breath that the skin color mattered enough for you to have to see yourself in it. So does it matter or does it not matter? Is it important or is it not important? It cannot be important for you and not important for me. It doesn't work that way. So you got to figure out what you're really trying to say. And we all know what you're really trying to say. You are trying to devalue people's arguments by claiming racism. And at the end of the day, people see right through that bullshit. And that's why it makes you so upset. And you try your best, you try your damnedest to make people feel bad about it. But at the end of the day, you're the one that's getting woke and going broke, just like fucking Willow did. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.